This podcast is brought to you by Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania. It's the spooky season, but updating your home with new windows and doors doesn't have to be scary. Right now at Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania, you can get one window or door and get another window or door at 40% off, and an additional $200 off your project to boot. Call 717-727-7558 or drop by rbacentralpa.com/deals to get on this one now. Philadelphia business owners are still reeling from last month's looting. Meanwhile, a proposed bill would fine the parents of bullies. Weis' pay-for-a-cart test program is done. Finally, authorities caught a bear with a donut. I'm Claudia Dimuro, and you're listening to Today in a PA. Businesses both big and small alike are still picking up the pieces in Philadelphia after last month's looting, reports CBS Local Philadelphia. Some, like Art History 101, are still boarded up, with owner Jay Pross expressing concern over potentially being looted again. He's also now thinking about relocating. Others still haven't been able to get back on track. Nat's Beauty Supply Store, for example, which owner Claudia Dimuro had just opened up 6 months before the looting occurred, just recently reopened. How much business is lost in total due to the looting hasn't been confirmed. Pross, however, seems to be maintaining a good humor over it, as he's now selling a t-shirt that reads, quote, "I looted the art history store and all I got was this lousy t-shirt." There's a bill that's been proposed that would fine the parents of school bullies as much as $750, reports Fox 43. It would work something like this. The first time parents are notified that their kid's bullying another, they would simply be informed about what action the school took. After the second time, they'd be required to take a parenting class on bullying and be asked to attend a bullying resolution conference. After the third time comes the fine, plus a court citation and possibly community service. State Representative Frank Burns, who proposed the bill in the first place, views it as a way to hold parents accountable for a, quote, underreported and often unaddressed, unquote, issue. Other items included in the measure are the requirement of schools to have an anti-bullying specialist to track, investigate, and follow up on reports of bullying. The status of this bill remains pending. There's been a few Weis markets that have had shoppers insert a quarter into a device on a cart in order to use it, which they would get back as soon as the cart was returned to its proper place, states PennLive. That was all part of a test cart payment system Weis started in July and which has since ended. The program was an exploration on how to keep prices low, as extra staff doesn't have to be hired to collect these carts and put them back, and how to ensure carts are kept in convenient places. Plus, it was rather to see theft was minimized, as well as damages to cars caused by runaway carts. Weis spokesman Dennis Curtin stated that there's no plans to implement the system chain-wide anytime soon. There was a 200-pound black bear roaming around the Plymouth Meeting Mall in Montgomery County last week, says NBC 10. He was eventually captured on private property thanks to a well-placed trap and some donuts. Yes, folks from the State Game Commission put a few donuts out as bait. A dirty trick, I would say, which the bear totally fell for. But since the bear seemed to be having a good time in the days leading up to his capture, getting caught by people doing things like going for a swim in a pond, topping it all off with some donuts, isn't a bad way for his romp to end. The Game Commission confirmed the bear's since been relocated. Welcome to the start of another week, everyone. I hope it's a good one. For even more news, visit PennLive.com. Also, please don't forget to leave this podcast a rating and to email me at todayinpa@PennLive.com with whatever thoughts you may have. Thank you much, and as always, thanks for listening. I'm Claudia Dimuro, and I'll see you tomorrow for another episode of Today in PA. This podcast is brought to you by Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania. It's the spooky season, but updating your home with new windows and doors doesn't have to be scary. Right now at Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania, you can get one window or door and get another window or door at 40% off, and an additional $200 off your project to boot. Call 717-727-7558 or drop by rbacentralpa.com/deals to get on this one now.